morning, y'all. I haven't posted a video in quite some time, but I've had a lot of moving parts in my life. For one, I got married, and so I just got back from overseas in Italy for a honeymoon and a bunch of work meetings and things, so I haven't had much of a chance to go fishing. So I'm just gonna take a couple hours and go fish some local ponds that I have permission for. I've only fished them once before. I know one pond didn't do very well and the other had a lot of little fish, but it's close to the house, and I'm gonna take the opportunity to just do a quick little video and see what we can make happen, so stay tuned. Alright, y'all, so this is the first pond here, and like I said, I fished this pond once before. We caught several little bass, but only one crappie. There's a ton of structure in here, and tons of structure, just hardly any fish. Kind of to it. I don't know, I wasn't very pleased with the results. I thought it was going to be a really good spot. Caught only one crappie, but maybe they'll be up shallow spawning today. So I've already seen some stuff. Busting, like some bait. So bass on it right there. So I'm not gonna spend too much time here. The other spot I know has crappie in it, but if you come all the way out here, there's no point in not trying this spot. So gonna do a couple casts along the dam here, and then we're gonna drive down to another pond that's about 400 or 500 yards away. Wait, hold on. We got a crappie. There we go. How about that? Nice. Well, I'll be. Surprise, surprise. He hit it hard too. So we'll keep a couple. I wasn't even planning on keeping it. I put my fingers in the car, so let's keep a couple. That's probably about 9 inches. He's either in that vegetation or he follows it in. Like I said, last time I came in here, we actually came in here with the boat. And y'all probably see all that structure out there. It did not, it was really way shallower than I thought, and this spot ended up not being good. I think I caught 4 like little 1-pound bass. That's it, so. Somebody's busted over there too. Alright, let's switch to the popping cork. Pretty shallow. Setup. I'll show the setups later, but of course I cut the camera off, but first cast of the popping cork, very soft bite, but another keeper, so let's go and throw him on the stringer. So I actually have a pretty big bobber on here, bigger than I usually like to have. Situated here. That's all Walmer head, and then I have a bigger jig than usual as well. This is I think a 32nd, or I'm sorry, seen bounce. A little pink Barbie garland tail, fishing about 2.5 feet. So I'm just fishing this grass line. I'm not casting out very far. I think they're spawning and they're just right up on the edge of this grass. So I caught him right on the edge of the grass. And he just barely took it. This rod is actually a little bit lighter than I typically like to throw, so my throws aren't as accurate, so we'll just have to see. There seems to be lots of bait up in here, so I don't know if these crappie are spawning or, you know, feeding, but either way, they're here, and we want to catch them. Alright, so I wasn't recording. I haven't caught like anything on like the last 3 quarters of this pond, and all my bites and the fish I've seen busting have been in this one corner over here. I noticed the bottom is much more sandier compared to the sludgy over this side to my right. So maybe if the fish are spawning, they like that more coarse ground. You know, coarse bed over there, so we'll see. I'm gonna cast a couple times with this jig and then switch back to the popper. Stacked up in this corner over here. I sure don't know why, but I'm fixing to catch them all. So I got these 1-inch, 2-centimeter minnows. I'm going to put on a 1 32nd ounce jig on my popping cork and just do a really slow presentation. Alright, so here's what we're working it with. 32nd ounce jig with one of those 1-inch gulps. It's almost too small for this jig, but I think if I go any smaller on my jig head, I won't be able to cast far enough with this line. 6-pound line. I need to go smaller line, probably cast farther, but let's give it a shot. It's not what I wanted to do. The reason I want to use a bigger bobber is just because for the video's sake, these GoPros, it's so... There we go. Oh yeah. Good one. So like I was saying, half the reason I want to use a bigger bobber is so that hopefully y'all can see the bobber go down. So I have a feeling I'm going to go through these little gulp things super quick. You can already see he got ripped through this jig already, so we're just going to get a new one on and try again. Alright, let's try it again. That was like the second cast over here. Real soft bite. That's what I was worried about. The bobber being too big. Let's try a little farther. won't cast quite as far as I want. But maybe there's some structure out there. I'm gonna get lucky. Structure that I don't get snagged on. So basically, this pond was just a low, swampy spot with lots of trees. I think the owner just flooded it, you know, back when they made this pond, and so it's just full of so many stumps and twigs and things. It's almost impossible to throw anything out there that's going to be going underneath the surface, just because the amount of snags is unbelievable. It's to the point where, like, it's too much structure. But you don't, if you have, like, you know, certain places where structure exists, that's really good. But now it's like the whole entire pond is structured, and I've only fished it once with the boat. So it's like, how do you figure out where, like, certain structures are better than others, especially if you're not catching any fish? And right now, catching this fish on this grass line, I've caught more fish doing this than I did on that boat that day. I caught one crappie the whole day, and he was actually right out in the middle over there. There we go. Nice. Right on the edge of that grass. That one's definitely a male. You can see they're still spawning in this pond. Very nice. There we go. Oh, I just broke his jaw by accident. Good thing he's gonna go in the grease. I'm so sorry, little guy. Jesus. Sweet. Alright, so I'm on my last battery, guys. So I haven't gotten to the other pond yet, but the other pond I think is going to have smaller fish, so I'm going to pick and choose our opportunities here. I'll try to be a little bit more conservative with my battery, but as long as I'm catching fish fairly consistently along this grass line, then I'm probably just going to keep shooting the video, because why not, right? I'm still seeing some surface activity along the edge of the grass, whether that's bass or whatnot, I don't know. Let's see if I can't work this right up. Yep, there we go. Nice. This one's skinny.